The following program may not be suitable for viewers under the age of 14 and may contain mature themes and adult subject matter. Parental discretion is advised. Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of What We Play here on Whiteman TV. I am pleased to be joined you again on Whiteman TV. I'm Adam Olivero, as it says there. Thank you very much for joining me. We're going to go back and play that game, A Little Orpheus, in just a little bit. We're so close to the end. We've just got a little bit more to go. But as always, you can reach out to me through community@whiteman.ca. All right, let's get started. We'll see if we can get through a few more chapters of Little Orpheus. Okay, here we are back in Little Orpheus, as you can see here. We're just going to resume our game and go right from where we left off.
Let us recap. 3 years ago, you were sent to the center of the Earth as part of a top-secret mission to ensure the delivery of Little Orpheus, an atomic-powered capsule. You promptly vanished until you casually wandered up to Molodiyozhnaya station 3 years later, claiming to have saved the world, but lost Little Orpheus in the process. Is this correct?
Yes, General, it is, but...
You are charged with many crimes against the state, including desertion, lying to a superior officer, and sedition. Any one of these charges bears the punishment of execution by firing squad.
Just didn't want to interrupt the story too much there. But as you'll remember
General,
from the last episode, we were in the world clock.
I did my best. It's all true, I swear. I swear upon the lives of my family.
Oh, do you? Auntie Marcia and Uncle Vanya, the traveling tinker and the pig dentist, or perhaps Cousin Pavel, the criminal mastermind with the unhealthy taste for eggs. How stupid do you think I am, Comrade Pivalov?
I'm just so invested in finding out what the story
it
in
is
the
all
end
true.
is.
Maybe your toy maker, or was it watchmaker, father, who apparently taught you all he knew, despite being killed when you were less than 5 years old.
I was a fast learner?
You have precisely 1 minute to convince me not to summon the guards, and have you shot on the spot.
A minute? A lifetime? It's all I need, General.
I just love that intro. It's really well done. Can I go back? Can I jump on and... Oh. No. Just thought, hey, you know what? That'd be hilarious. No, I don't want to start chapter 8.
I was astounded. My father, I told you, I think I told you, he was a toy maker, and he often played with clockwork parts.
Tavarish.
But this made all those childhood wonders pale into insignificance. And it was fortunate indeed that my uncle...
Vanya, the pig dentist?
No, my other uncle, Sasha, had taken me mountaineering in the Urals during my childhood, for it was only by scaling these giant mechanical plants that I would reach Little Orpheus.
Yes, I had been thinking that it seems awfully convenient that you were such an accomplished climber. I don't, however, recall any mention of this Uncle Sasha in your file.
He was a very private
He was a
man.
very unlikely man.
That was Uncle Sasha's blessing and his curse.
I'm not sure exactly why the mouse cursor on my game is completely in the center of the screen. I'll see if I can figure that out as we're going through the stream here. But either way, here we are. We're traversing through the world clock. That's the upper gears. Oof, two at the same time. And again, like I was saying, this game has been wildly different than anything else we played on What We Play. Played a lot of puzzle games, a lot of action games, but this is more of like a narrative story. I really like it. I just find the controls a little mushy. Like, he doesn't run fast enough for me. And maybe that's just a symptom of playing a lot of action games. And some of the actions do take a little bit to do, in my opinion. Like, it does take you a little bit to stand there and hit a switch. But other than that, I really like the story. Really like the story. It's very cool. And we're going up to the top of the world clock now. Oh. Okay. What happened? Why did it start me? Why is there another one of me there? Okay. I don't know why there'd be another one of me. Holy gosh, that's gonna crush me. I'm not sure what's happening here, so okay, I can't. Okay. And now I'm just falling? Something tells me I've found an interesting bug in the game there. I'm not sure. Episode select? Continue. No, I'm just stuck down here. Let's go quit. Alright, so yeah, I don't know what was happening there. I'm gonna hit resume. And hopefully we just aren't stuck. Okay, good, it started here. Oof. That was weird. Okay, well, it's definitely a bug, because I came up to here. Oh, hey, did these not all go down at the same time? Aha, that's how you get by it. Okay, go, 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 go. And jump. That was interesting. I'm not sure why the game decided to do that. Oh, now we're up above the gears.
Those great wheels and cogs clashed and boomed. The vast hands of all time crunching forever and ever around.
Ivan Ivanovich.
Pendulums and springs and great big wheels and tiny little wheels.
Tavarish Privalov, stop!
Though at least the Myank were not here, especially as they seemed to infest the world below the surface. Myank, Myank everywhere. Myank, Myank, Myank. Many Myank. Myank aplenty. Myank.
You are bambling, comrade. Enough.
Like, the general's pretty much done with us. This is the most challenging the game has been for me. There have been a few interesting puzzles, that's for sure. But this is definitely the most challenging the game's been. Okay, so we gotta go and then jump through. There's a lot of good games that are very interesting puzzle games, but this game, it really reminds me of the game like Myst or Riven, those classic adventure games from the 90s, just in the way that you are sort of playing through a story, an interactive story. Oh, whoa. Okay, now go, before it comes back. There are definitely some good effects in here because I can feel the rumble through my controller too.
Aha! High above, on the clock face, perhaps, with his radios and his crystals. Now, if I could just reach him, I could use the bomb.
There is no bomb. You have no idea how to make a bomb. You have no idea about how to do anything one might actually expect of a cosmonaut.
The bomb?
Ivan Ivanovich!
General?
Time is up.
Whoa, the general is supremely not happy with us now. I wonder what's gonna happen.
Stop talking, Tavarish. You don't know what happens next. It is obvious. You've done very well. I applaud you for your efforts and your story. It is a wonderful tale, Comrade Privalov. I have enjoyed it immensely. But every story needs an ending. And it is clear yours does not have one.
I just need more time.
I think that even if I gave you all the time in the world, it would not be enough.
No, General. I can do this. That is, I remember what happens next. I just need to catch my breath and compose myself.
We both know how this story ends, comrade.
But Little Orpheus, you haven't heard what happened.
We will find out soon enough. You will be executed, and another expedition will be sent.
No, you cannot. You cannot. We must never go back. You don't understand.
Make me, then. Make me understand. I am a kind man, although you may not believe this. I do not want to have you shot. So help me. Make me understand. Tell me what happened to Little Orpheus.
It was.
Ivan Ivanovich?
It was. It was. No. I'm sorry, General. I'm sorry, I have no idea. You are right. I simply cannot think what happened next. It's just a blank, General. There's nothing there. I am very tired, you see.
Comrade Privalov. Ivan.
You're right. It's over, General. Perhaps you would be so kind as to write to my mother for me.
Of course I will.
You are a kind man, as you have said. And, General,
Yes, Ivan.
was it a good story?
Oh, yes. It was an excellent story.
Thank you, General. I am just sorry I couldn't give you an ending.
Unless...
General?
Quiet, Tovarish. I am thinking. Unless... I seem to remember that there were many problems with Little Orpheus during production.
General?
Problems with the casing around the atomic battery. Concerns.
Concerns, General?
Yes, concerns. Unlikely though that might be. Yeah, it seems if I remember that it failed to secure properly. A sharp blow could spring the hatch and expose the fragile casing of the bomb to any would-be vandal.
I'm not sure I follow you.
A resourceful yet forgetful hero might, one would think, take advantage of that fact.
But how, General? Where would I find something to strike it with?
The son of a watchmaker would easily find something within a giant clock mechanism that resembled a hammer, surely.
A hammer? Why, yes, General. I do remember now. I grasped the hammer-shaped thingamabob.
Let's just agree it was a hammer, Ivan.
Yes, of course. Let's do that. I recovered my senses, shook my head, and looked about me. In my distracted stupor, I had climbed further up the tower than I ever thought possible. In front of me was the clock face, and I gazed out through it at the sheer expanse of history. And I knew whatever happened next happened next?
The hand of destiny had fallen upon your shoulder.
Yes, it had. And what an extraordinary hand it was.
Oh my gosh, there's Little Orpheus. Gonna venture to say this is the most interesting boss battle I've ever played. Most are challenging. Most are repetitive, or at least have some kind of mechanic you have to follow. This one's just downright weird. There's a Russian man missing an arm holding a giant atomic bomb, and I'm on glass plates. And if you aren't aware of, I am playing this through NVIDIA's GeForce Now on the Ultimate Tier Super Pods that have been upgraded recently. So, thankfully to our great internet Whiteman's, I am playing this, and everything just seems to be working, which is cool. And I fell off there. I wasn't quite sure where to go there next, so we're up here, we'll go here. NVIDIA GeForce Now is available to sign up. There is also a free tier you can give it a try, but the free tier has it doesn't have as upgraded computers. Oh, I see, you're supposed to grab that platform. It goes, oh, he even looks up and tries to get you. So I know I've talked about this before, but it's been a little while. But the game streaming is really where I have accelerated my gaming. Oh, okay. Whoa, right on.
And so, Tol was defeated. Little Orpheus destroyed, the bomb lost forever.
Not just that, General. In that moment, time sprung back to its proper shape, and I found myself once more in Plutonia, as the start of my journey. But the wound in the interior sky was gone. The drill was gone. It was as if I had never been here. And they were nymph, free and happy, without the tyranny of toll, free to pursue their simple lives.
But we can never go back?
Never, General. One drill, one metal sphere, one lone cosmonaut was nearly enough to destroy time and unleash the tyrant Toll upon our world. Who would think an innocuous beeping radio housed in a ball of metal could change the world so dramatically?
Who indeed? But tell me, what of you? And what of your return to the surface?
I stayed amongst the Mienk for as long as I could. But I came to realize they had begun to worship me as a king. No, General. I am a good socialist and could not allow this workers' paradise to become corrupted. And so I left that wonderful land for the last time.
And then?
And then I walked. For 2 years I wandered, always looking for a way home, through lands and worlds almost beyond imagination. Until one day I emerged, blinking into sunlight, and realized I was home.
Until one day I emerged, just like that? You just found your way back to the surface?
Well, General, it was a little more complicated than that. There were great obstacles to overcome, and terrible challenges to face, and incredible lands to explore.
Enough. Little Orpheus is lost forever. The interior is sealed. You have returned with a story of socialism, triumphing over incredible odds. It is, as I said, enough for one night. Enough for my report, at least.
General, if I may...
Comrade Ivan Ivanovich Privalov, you are found guilty of all charges brought against you and sentenced to execution by firing squad. However, having listened to your story, I believe you are quite mad. In other words, I find your madness guilty, not you. And we cannot execute madness. And indeed, there are lessons to be learned, even in the depths of this madness. Perhaps the Americans were right to send the chimp after all.
So, General?
Get out of my sight, Ivan. Go home. Enjoy a state pension as a madman. Just make sure I never see you again.
Yes, General. Of course, General. Anything you say. I shall be small and quiet and live a life without excitement and...
Out! Until one day I just emerged. Oh, very good, Tavarish. Very good indeed.
Why do I get the feeling, I know there's one more chapter, but that the general's up to something? I also didn't get an achievement for that. Interesting. I also really appreciate how they're organized into episodes and they have intros for each one. And my mouse cursor is somehow, again, in the middle of the screen. Not sure. But we still are only about halfway through the show here on What We Play, so we can certainly hit next and see what happens. I'll let you listen and watch with me. Oh, there we go. I got the achievement after that. Okay, so there is it's a bonus episode. All right, well, certainly we can play the bonus episode. Why not? Oh, I got an achievement for that too.
Who's the best space dog? Oh, где моя хорошая, хорошенькая моя, ты просто космическая. Eh? Who's the best hairy cosmonaut? It is indeed a lovely sunset, and it reminds me of the skies of Perun. I didn't? I never told you about the wonderful Sky City? Well, it was an extraordinary place, but one filled with dangers. Well, it might have been simple for you to cross it, but you were in a space capsule. I had to rely on my own 2 feet, my noshki. Feet which, I might add, had just crossed the interior, beaten the villain Toll, and helped inspire the Myank to a workers' revolution. Oh, that's all very easy for you to say, but your idea of civilized behavior is licking your own bottom in public. No. My adventures above the clouds were filled with untold dangers, death-defying escapes, and some really quite extraordinarily large Bielorybitsa. And it happened like this.
I'm gonna let this play because I'm curious to see if they have a different intro. No, it looks about the same. Let's see if they've added to it. That was episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. That was episode 4. And there's episode 5. 6. 7. 8 or somewhere in there too. They're all in the world clock. Episode 9, a rush of onion to the head. The intro is not changed. Huh.
Weeks had passed since I left Plutonia, and one evening, exhausted, I simply fell asleep at the foot of a strange windmill. And when I awoke... Weeks had passed since I left Plutonia.
Oh, I love doing
One
that.
evening, exhausted, I simply fell asleep at the foot of a strange windmill. And when I awoke, well, that thought didn't cross my mind. I was exhausted after all. This is besides the point, my nosy canine friend. What matters is this. When I awoke, the windmill and the ground around it had been carried high into the air. What magic was this? To za magia. As unlikely, perhaps, as a suitcase-sized dog orbiting the center of the Earth for many years. Quite. Quick as a flash, Kakmonia, my training leapt into play, and I began to paddle the strange contraption through the clouds in search of answers. It is entirely possible that a miller who owns a windmill capable of levitating high into the air may also own a flying machine. Oh, now you're just being silly. May I continue my recounting of how I sailed over the sky gardens towards the mystical city of Peru? Oh, I must, my moju shatidrug. I must.
The graphics in this game are really cool too. I like them. I'm just gonna say that. They did a great job, the Chinese room. I have to see what other games they've made. I don't recall hearing or any other games they've made, but we'll check that out. Ooh, new mechanic. Kind of sort of the same mechanic as the underwater bubble, but now it's just wind jets.
What powerful emanations! What mighty gusts! What an epic squall! They reminded me of Cousin Pavel, yes! But whereas his rearward zephyrs could curdle milk and tarnish the teaspoons, these magical wafts only serve to carry me aloft and onwards.
Nice. Oh, another new mechanic here. What did that do? So, if I change that, put it down, does that just... Oh, it takes it away. Oh, I see, and anywhere else it's just going to fall back to the other, either up or down. Okay, okay. That's a pretty easy mechanic to pick up.
But something was afoot in the gardens of Perun. This horrid muck staining the surfaces and making my nose curl. Yes, it was positively Pavelian in scent. But it did not belong here. I think I once told you of Auntie Masha's passionate encounter in a cable car with the manganese entrepreneur from Chiatura. Now, Auntie Masha told me that there was a disagreeable stain and smell all around those factories and smelting works. Our industry is not without its dangers. Could it be that the once bucolic gardens of Perun were being corrupted by unchecked pollution? After all, science is a double-edged sword, my bristly confidant. Consider Demikhov. Of course. I apologize. Прошу прощения. Two-headed dogs is perhaps a rather insensitive analogy, but not without justification in this instance. I have seen the blemished lands around Norilsk, but I could not believe that I would find such pollution here. But this was nothing to the true horror of what was shortly to unfold.
All right. Okay, we're going up here. Onto a balloon? Or, oh. Alright, onto a balloon. I thought it was going to be like, ding, jumping on the balloon. Oh, that doesn't look good. Is that a clone of myself? That's very Zelda
That terrible
2-ish.
straszna machina spewing
But
its
those
poison
have
into
been
the
playing
air
for a
had
little while.
created
Playing video games for a
monsters.
little while.
A being, a malignant spoiler of the noble and pure, and it had taken on the form of its prey. Well, of course. No, конечно, I was the prey. The citizens of Perun had clearly long since fled the evilly sentient smog, but I inadvertently wandered into its lair. Oh, I know. Misfortune seemed to dog... Oh, sorry, I do apologize. To follow my every footstep. But no time to ponder, no time to bemoan the hand that fate had dealt me. No, all that was on my mind was escape, конечно.
All right, we're going back up another bridge.
Yes, it was most interesting. The windmill seemed to be from an earlier age. Perhaps this was a devastating warning of the destructive power of unfettered industrialization. I most certainly had not forgotten about the windmills. I did not get carried away. You are missing the point. Perhaps because you are only a small dog. Oh, a brilliant, brave, spacefaring dog, of course, but a small Sabashka nonetheless. If you perhaps listened more and interrupted less, I am just getting to the explanation of the windmills.
Oh, what's that flying overhead? Oh, is it one of the windmill blades? Yep. Yeah, I'll say it again. The graphics, the lighting, the shadowing, very well done. Oh, he's back.
My stinking nemesis was back. But more interesting was the change in the city.
Okay, I'm supposed to do something different there.
My stinking nemesis was back. But more interesting was the change in the city. The windmills were fading out, clearly obsoleted, mothballed, relics. Instead, a sense of an obsession with power was apparent. Vast engines, terrible machines, ever hungry.
Her rapid consumption of fuel.
fumes and
Interesting.
choking gases.
Oh no.
Pride, my pushisti compadre. Pride, ambitia, ambition. The dark side of science. Zemechov's had too many. Don't be ridiculous, dog. Only a Durak with the intellectual capacity of a ringworm would think windmills are in any way harmful.
Love it. And if this chapter's any the same length as the other chapters, we should be able to finish it on this episode of What We Play. Oh, there's a very broken down clock behind us there in the distance. Definitely looks like we have to go underneath and then go back up. Alright, definitely look like we gotta pull this back to the left. Okay, that's about as far as we can probably go. And I'd imagine, well, we could try pushing it from this side. Yep, well, as far as it'll go. That'll allow us to jump here, yep. So tempting just to, oh gosh, okay, we're gonna move this quick. Go, 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 go. Go! Oh, he got me. Okay, that's definitely why there was a save point there. I was wondering when I came through here, I was like, there's a save point. What do we need a save point for? This looks very straightforward. Okay, so it looks like you have just enough time to move this. And then go. Let's grab that rope.
Of course, you never had much of a chance to travel. Sarcasm doesn't suit you. You don't have the tail for it. You do, at least, have a tail. Mind you, family gossip maintained that so did Uncle Rabliem. Although it was apparently little more than a stub, and a source of considerable discomfort and social anxiety for him. The question of whether or not Uncle Rabliem wagged his stub is very much off topic. What I am trying to say is that your upbringing on the streets of Moscow meant you never saw the blackened fields of Magnitogorsk. The sacrifices made by the valiant citizens of that industrial heartland, as they drowned in their own blight, even as they powered the state forwards. I was reminded of Magnitogorsk as I wandered through those fields of pipes and foundries. And I wept for the loss of innocence that so often goes hand in hand with progress.
Yeah, and the look of the town has definitely changed. Big time. So we went from a windmill-powered town to a coal, looks like probably coal town, and the whole mood of the level has changed big time. Oh, what's happening? And now it's raining. Oh no. Go, go, go. And I'm like slightly injured too, so we're both like walking slowly. Oh my gosh. Something makes me think we're going to be going out of that balloon in the background. Just guessing, based on previous puzzles that I've played in this game. Maybe. Very, very damaged windmill there. Oh my gosh, the game froze. It froze right at the part we got on the balloon.
Indeed! I just evaded the slimy, oily grasp of that man-made Vadzinoy, his petroleum stink clogging my nostrils and making my head thump. And I felt a great stirring within me. Yes, much like I assume Cousin Pavel. May he never get loose again. But no, quite different. It was the roaring fires of justice once more ignited within me. I felt a swell of patriotic fervor and knew the hand of destiny had fallen on me once more. Yes, what a hand it was!
I could not see this great wonder sink into an abyss of poison and bile. The Perunians may have been forced to abandon their city, but I had saved the world once before and was ready to answer the call again.
Here we go. We're going to save the world once again, as they said. That's funny. The mechanic of this, I don't know. Shouldn't say anything. I played Rayman games and they use those a lot in the Rayman Legends and Origins games. A lot. Which I think we played before on What We Play a long time ago. If you're a long-time viewer, you will remember that.
Metal Bielaribitsa clearly designed to swim through the air. I was amazed. And there was more. Beneath the fins, I spotted the apertures of hoses and was reminded of the time Auntie Agrafina devised a contraption to water all of her copious algae beds simultaneously with one flush of the toilet by a system of pipes and valves that ran throughout her house. Можно так сказать, in a manner of speaking, yes. Her algae were most irrigated, although her neighbor Victor was washing his trousers in the sink at the time and was bruised quite severely about the face and body. But these were no ordinary flying metal fish. They were designed to expel air, fresh air, and push.
I totally was just paying attention to the story and walked straight into that. Oh, maybe I have to interact with this handle here.
There is, of course, a fine tradition of looking to nature to solve problems of a scientific or military persuasion. Yes, as you well know, my nephew Sergei, yes, the very same, poor lad with his dermatological eruptions. Well, Sergei was stationed recently at Kazachya Bucht, where dolphins were being trained as brilliant aquatic agents of socialism. Why not then be inspired by marine life? Why, there is a fish, I have heard, that can shoot jets of water from beneath the surface to knock its prey off little tiny twigs and into its mouth. If you were to tell the average mushroom sheriff that a dog would orbit the Earth, I suspect you would receive a similarly sneering response. That is because you are a small, hairy hound of uncertain parentage. I, on the other hand, am a cosmonaut, the product of many months of training, and I realized the answer to pollution was here all along. The Perunians, tragically, had simply never had time to finish their fleet. If only I could find a working, flying fish. If only. If only. Yes, if only.
Bet you we are going to find that working flying fish. Maybe.
It made perfect sense, of course. The poisonous Tuhata that engulfed Perun was like a nasty cold. And you know what to do with a cold to rid yourself of it. You may not get colds, but nor can you operate pea-shelling machinery. So, don't get ideas above your station. We humans, on the other hand, may produce up to 16 million perfectly unshelled peas in an average shift. but we are martyrs to our sinuses. But to clear them, aha! These are remedies we Russians have been perfecting over the long centuries of harsh winters. Onions. A quick snifter of onion oil will clear your head faster than a Pragviev can clear a hypothetical minefield. Yes, if I could find a functional fish, I would become that onion.
It's a pretty interesting analogy, but we'll go with it. That is one very, very big exhaust pipe with what looks like an interesting puzzle. So if I do that, what does that do? Okay. And what if we turn this one? Hey, did it. Okay, gotta run across. Hit that switch. And that opens up this, which goes into a pipe. Interesting. Oh, I love it. Oh no, not gonna go that way. I was gonna go that way, but not anymore.
I was close. I could feel it. Yes, yes, the working fish, the ribka. I could feel I was at the heart of Perun, and my noxious pursuer had renewed its chase with a terrible vigor.
I love that we're both limping and he's limping behind. It's great. Come on. And the coughing too. It's perfect.
Not far now. I just had to keep going, keep pushing. It's almost as if you knew, Pavel. Uncanny. Nabaltiet. There she was, a beautiful sight, her scales shimmering in the sunlight, her fins poised for action, her onion cannons primed for a great aerial conflict unseen in the annals of human endeavor. And you are just jealous it was a bigger flying machine than yours. No,
Nice.
Julius Powell. It was time for science to fight back. Yes, my hairy compatriot. Paechale! Onwards to victory!
Oh, I love it. I was about to say, have we devolved into a side-scrolling shooter now? Oh, now the controls are no longer mushy. It's right in there. Like they're fast. Okay. Can't get hit too many times. can't destroy those, so you just gotta avoid them. Ow! The first side scroller or isometric kind of shooter I ever played was Zaxxon. Any of the younger viewers out there, you probably will not know what that game is at all, but it was a arcade game that then came out on the then Commodore 64. And it was the height of technology at the time. And it was an isometric auto-scrolling shooter. You're a little ship and you can go up and down, left and right, and that was kind of neat. Oh, I can't go any farther forward than that. What is... Do I even want to know what that is? Okay, they're coming closer. I gotta navigate my way around those. Oh my gosh. Is there a save point? I don't have to start... Oh, I do have to start at the very start? Ooh, we may not get through this episode on what we play. We may have to go to another episode. Let's see. Okay, go up. Now we're gonna get... Oh, I could have avoided that, and I slid right into those two. Oh no. This could be the end. The end of... Or the fish? Spouting fish thingy? You can't destroy these, can you? Well, I mean, you can hit them, but they don't seem to do anything. Okay, we got by that point easy enough this time. Whoops. Oh, that was silly. I just was standing there. I totally avoided that. Oh no. Let's try again. At least we got the first part down pat now. Oh, I guess not. Spoke too soon. There must be a save point at some point in this. Or is the game just all of a sudden becoming really misgiving? Oh. So it's 3 hits. 3 hits and then you're done. It's like a scaled down version of Cuphead. Oh my gosh. I'm using the controller. But the controls all of a sudden went from very slow and mushy to hyper accurate. Oh, the Chinese room. All of a sudden making your controls super accurate. Okay, here comes those force fields we got stuck at last time. There, I got through the first one. Oh. Okay, through that one. Oh my gosh, I'm going the other way now. Is that me? I'm going to pass through that barrier. Got it. How do I hurt him? Shoot him in his mouth. Okay. Do I seriously have to start all the way back at the beginning? Oh boy. Yep, this could make for a long episode on what we play. Well, I could make it a two-parter here. Well, we've already gone through a few parts. We could be in for the long haul to just to finish the last of this episode, this chapter. Okay, doing good so far. Okay, here comes the force fields. It's hard because they move slower than anything else. Oh, just got hit once. There's also no health meter. Not that the game has had much status bars at all to begin with. It's kind of cool. Makes it more immersive, I think. Well, I'll wait for that to fire one more time. Pass through. There we go. Oh, I can't get some shots in on it before. Okay. Now we only got hit once, so now our goal is just to avoid. Twice. Now we've been hit twice. Ah! Avoid until he opens his mouth. Here he goes. Oh man, those are bigger bricks coming faster. Jeez, they're coming faster now. Oh no, that was my third hit. Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll try one more time here. If we run out of time, we'll just make we'll go to the go to a two-part episode. Already got hit once on the very first brick that came by. Jeepers. Gotta be paying closer attention here. Let's go up. I wonder how many hits he needs. We've done this, okay? I've gotten through the final boss and Doom Eternal. Not the Ancient Gods. I'm still working on that. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Well, you know, I think that might be a good spot as any to end it for now. Let's move up, let's get out of that way here. Well, thank you very much for watching that episode of What We Play. Again, my name is Adam Olivero, and as always, thank you for joining me on this episode of What We Play. And as always, you can always reach out to me by just giving me an email at community@whiteman.ca. I want to thank you again for watching this episode of What We Play. And as I mentioned, this is going to go into another part. We're going to try to get through that part in Little Orpheus in the next episode of What We Play. So we will see you next Friday night or Sunday if you're watching on Whiteman TV, or we'll see you next episode on YouTube on this episode of What We Play. I'm Adam Olivero.